Chapter 5. Water. Let's learn importance of water, sources of water, forms of water, water cycle. All living things need water to stay alive. Life is not possible without water. We use water for different purposes in our daily life. We use water for drinking. We use water for bathing. We use water for cooking. We use water for washing. We use water for cleaning. We use water for putting out fire. Our body is made up of about 70% of water. The excessive loss of water from our body on a hot day causes dehydration. Animals and plants also need water. Animals need water for drinking and keeping themselves cool. Plants need water for growing well. They also need water to make food. Many animals and plants live only in water. They cannot live on land. Info High. Water is composed of two elements, hydrogen and oxygen. Sources of water. We get water from many sources. All sources of water depend on rain. When it rains, water collects in ponds, lakes, and rivers. Rivers take water to the seas and oceans. Seas and oceans are huge water bodies, but we cannot use their water as it is salty. Some rainwater goes deep inside the ground. This is called groundwater. We get this water through wells, hand pumps, and tube wells. Drinking water. Drinking water should be clean and free from germs. Water from ponds, lakes, rivers, wells, and other sources is not clean. It contains germs and impurities. If we drink this water, we may become sick. We can make water clean by boiling it for 15 to 20 minutes. Boiling kills the germs in water. We can also use water purifiers to make water clean. In towns and cities, people get water through taps. This water passes through a number of cleaning stages before reaching our homes. Water from a river or a lake is first sent to a water treatment plant. Here, germs in the water are killed. Then the water is purified to remove impurities. The purified water is then collected in big overhead tanks and supplied to the taps in houses through pipelines. We do not have a sufficient supply of water everywhere. In some places, people have to go to far-off places to fetch water from a well or a hand pump. Sometimes water tankers or even trains are used to supply water to these places. Info High. Only about 2.5% of water on earth is fresh water and water that we can drink. Storage of water. Water can be stored in many ways to be used later. In villages, people usually store water in earthenware pots called surahis or ghadas or even buckets. In cities, however, water is stored in underground tanks as well as overhead tanks. Rainwater harvesting is the process by which rainwater is collected and stored for later use. 3 forms of water. Water exists in 3 forms in nature: solid, liquid, and gas. Let us learn about these 3 forms. 1. Solid. Ice or snow is the solid form of water. A solid is something which is hard and has a definite shape. 2. Liquid. The water we use daily is the liquid form of water. Liquid has no definite shape. It takes the shape of the container in which it is poured. 3. Gas. Steam or water vapor is the gaseous form of water. Gas has no shape. Water changes its forms. Water changes its form when we heat or cool it. If we heat water for some time, it starts boiling and changes into steam. If we cool this steam, it changes back into the water. Similarly, if we cool liquid water in a refrigerator, it changes into ice. If we heat this ice, it changes back into the water. Look at the following diagram. Water cycle, the journey of water. You now know that water changes its forms when we heat or cool it. In nature, water changes its forms on its own. When the sun heats the water in ponds, rivers, lakes and oceans, it changes into water vapor. The water vapor goes high up in the atmosphere and mixes with the air. When the water vapor passes through a cold area, it cools down and changes into small droplets. When these droplets come close to each other, they take the shape of the clouds. When the clouds become heavy, the water falls down as rain. The rainwater again goes to lakes, ponds, rivers and oceans. This water gets heated again by the sun and makes water vapor. Thus, a cycle known as the water cycle is created. The water cycle is a never-ending process. Recap. All living things need water to stay alive. Rain is the main source of water. Drinking water should be clean and free from germs. Water exists in 3 forms: solid, liquid, and gas. Water changes its form when we heat or cool it. We should not waste water.